Hi, this is Moonshine's Curiosity. Nice to see you today. Today I decided to talk about what not to say to a schizoaffective, or what not to say to schizoaffectives. So I made a list. Some of them I thought of, some of them I got from online because I couldn't think. I'm sure we've all had that where it's like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to think about. So here I'm going to start, and some of these, just a warning to you, some of these terms may upset you. Some of the things I say may trigger memories of, bad things. So don't watch this if you're easily upset. I thought it was kind of funny to look at them and go, wow, really? I've had this asked before. Like, this is ridiculous. So here I am going to start. So the first one, and this one gets me every time, is it's in your head. Like, you actually don't have a mental illness. It's just you're thinking about it, that therefore you have it. Which is dumb, because of course it's in our head. We're mentally ill. That means it's something in our brain that's not connecting correctly. Another one that's just like it is, it doesn't exist. You look fine. Well, I may look fine, but I'm not fine behind closed doors. I may be panicked all the time. I may be, melting down. I may be hallucinating. You don't even realize it because I'm used to the hallucination and know it's a hallucination. Just because you think I'm fine doesn't mean I am. And it doesn't exist. Well, it has existed. Schizoaffective has existed for a while, and schizophrenia and bipolar have existed a lot longer. So it's real. Talk to any psychiatrist and they'll tell you, yeah, it's real. We've met patients with it. Get a job, or how do you have a job? Both of these really upset me. First off, if your symptoms are that bad, you're not going to be working. Second off, if you do have a job, people are like, well, how do you have one? You're nuts. Well, we need money. So if we're not working, we'll be on disability. If we are working and our symptoms are better, well, we will be working. Sometimes we can deal with symptoms, sometimes we can't. That's just the way it is. Go out more. People always say if you go out more, you'll be fine, you'll have more self-confidence. You just need to get out more. And the next question the next statement I get told a lot is, you just need more confidence, or you need more vitamins. I've had people tell me like, oh, you just need fish oil and your brain will be fixed. Well, it doesn't work that way. Yes, fish oil is good for your brain, but it's not gonna cure all your brain ailments. And when you need more confidence, well, yeah, we may have bad confidence, but confidence isn't what makes us have what we have. Another one is quit feeling bad about yourself. That can't be helped. When we feel bad, we feel bad. Like, we can't help it. The bipolar side of the schizoaffective is, you may be depressed and you're going to feel bad. That's just the way our brain's wired. We can't help it. We're not trying to bring anyone down, but people say that. Are you doing this for attention? Why would we want to have attention to us? That's my question. My boyfriend has Tourette's syndrome, and as a kid, they thought he was doing it for attention. Why would he want to hit himself as a child and not be able to play and get bullied because he made all these movements that he couldn't help, and grunts and moans and stuff? He couldn't help it. Same thing with us. We cannot help it. We don't mean to make attention. We need help. Therefore, we may talk about it, or we may ask for help for it. So we're not looking for attention. Then there's the, I know how you feel. I've been depressed before. First off, nobody knows how you feel. The only people who might know how you feel if you're schizoaffective is other people with schizoaffective. Otherwise, they don't have an understanding. When I was younger, I used to think I would know how people felt. And now that I'm older and I have schizoaffective, I've realized I have no idea what it felt like when I was fine. So nobody knows what it feels like except for others with schizoaffective. Delusions, hallucinations, the moods up and down. It's no way, it's so hard to describe how it feels without people saying, oh yeah, well, that's simple, you know, I know what it's like. No, you don't. Also, when people say, I know how you feel, I've had people say to me, I empathize with you. I hate that. You can sympathize with me, that's fine, but empathy, you know, it's like, that means they feel the same way you do, and I don't think most of them know how you feel, especially when it's people that don't have a mental illness. How can they understand? You know, their brain's wired perfectly fine. Ours is wired differently, and it's hard when we have fear or delusions or hallucinating scary things. Some people will say, that's life. Well, I know life can be tough, but it's tougher when your brain isn't working right or it's wired differently. So, yeah, it is tough. But it's tougher for us, I feel, because we have to determine what's real and what isn't. Our reality isn't what we think it is. Our reality is what others perceive it. So we have to go off of other people's perception instead of our own. Then there's this question, everyone always asks it. Do you have multiple personalities? Schizoaffective has nothing to do with multiple personalities. It's a totally different disability. It's a different mental disorder. Do the voices tell you to do bad things? First of all, this is personal business that you should only talk about with your doctor. Some voices are bad, some voices are good, but it's none of their business they want to know. If we don't act upon them, does it really matter? As long as we're talking to our doctor about how we feel and what the voices are saying, it shouldn't matter to other people. You have kids? I don't have kids personally, but if I did have kids and someone asked me, oh, you have kids? How could you have kids? They could get what you have. First off, if you were a parent who's had it and your kid starts developing it, you're going to catch it before everyone else because you know what the symptoms are. You know what started it for you. So, yes, it may be bad to pass on the gene, but, you know, you're going to love your kid if they're going, you know, through schizoaffective or not, if you have it. Aren't you dangerous? People have asked me this before when I tell them what I go through. People that I've known my whole life, just because I have a name for what I have, was I dangerous before? No. So how am I dangerous now that I have a label on myself? There's the, are you sure you're not possessed? Or are you sure your house isn't haunted? For me, I know it's not possession. I know it's a mental illness for me. I see random stuff. I've seen a cow dance in front of me, a little mini cow. I've seen animals, giant squirrels that were like 3 feet tall. I've seen ghostly ladies. I've seen shadow people. None of it makes sense. I am not possessed. And I'm not seeing demons. I'm not seeing spirits. It's my mental illness. This one, of course, this one drives me nuts. Did you take your meds? Or people will say, those meds are bad for you. First off, if they help you, then they're not bad for you. I would rather take meds so I can think clearer and know what real reality is, than to not take meds and be in a constant state of fear because I don't know what's real. So, that drives me nuts. And when people ask, have you taken your meds? Of course I took my meds. They make me feel better. Then there's the, I'm crazy too. I'm insane too. No, you're not. Crazy is a bad term for it, first off. And second off, it's the same as I know how you feel. No, you don't. The only person who knows how I feel is myself. Other people with it may feel the same symptoms, may have the same feelings, but not exactly like yours. And then I think that's the last one, actually. Yeah, it was. See, I made this huge old list. Well, it's sideways. Huge old list. So, yeah. How do you feel about it? Have you been told certain things that upset you? Do you have any to add to the list of what people have said to you? I hope this was a interesting and fun video for you. I know I got a giggle out of a few of them when I was looking them up and thinking about them. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I've been asked this before. A lot of them I've been asked before, and it's like, why is it your business? It's my personal business and it's my doctor's business, not yours. Just because I have a label doesn't mean it changes who I am. And then when people try to give you treatments, you know, or they're like, oh, you got to try this. I had someone tell me to go gluten-free, and I did it for 3 months with no meds, and it didn't help. So I had a friend who did that, and we're like, yeah, just go gluten-free, go gluten-free. And the first person I saw that was a medical professional was an alternative medicine doctor, and they told me to do that, so I did, and it didn't help me at all. And all I took were vitamins and went gluten-free. She claimed there was a study about it in the 1930s or sometime around then, and that it cured the insane asylum or the psychiatry hospital or whatever you want to call it. So that's all for today, and I'll talk to you all later. And I welcome you to go ahead and comment if you have any things that were said to you that were upsetting or annoying, or you just ugh, or if you feel that, you know, some of them I shouldn't have mentioned, you can mention that too, and maybe I need to see a different point of view on it. So have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.